Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night with Kettle Kitchen. How are you doing tonight? Tonight, we had two guests scheduled: Blue from Blue Self Reliance, and then Daz from my Aussie Garden and Kitchen. Daz had to be with family, so we went ahead and let him do that. And Blue is with us, but we do have two other guests, and so I'm going to go ahead and bring them on. So, we actually have three other guests, but we'll go with Blue since we know she was going to be here.
Hello.
And then we have Dale and Lisa from 9 Acre Family Farms. And then Chris from Chris and Larry Homestead.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Nice.
How you guys all doing?
Awesome.
Great.
Finder and Fogger split 14 ways.
I can't even follow that. I can't even follow that. That was too much.
Finers and frog hair split 14 ways.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Ignore the background. So I bought two huge shelves. So this has been being organized right now. Like I have a huge shelf in front of me. I have to show you because I'm so excited. Okay. Look. I am
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's
I have
cool.
a mess behind me still because that's what we have, a second shelf to get in. So yeah,
Wow.
every bin has something different, and I've got all my tumbler blanks. You guys, it has been crazy today. Not to mention that's washed, okay? That's clean. So gross. I'm grossed out today. But I'm totally here.
You're funny. So I want to run through and say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Organized Pineapple was here first, she says. Teresa is in. Blue, and she informed everybody she was here before everybody was.
I saw Pineapple's comment come up.
Did you?
Yeah.
And then I had this weird guy over at 9 Acre Family Farms put a bunch of different messages in here, and I still don't even know if he realizes he was putting time out. So that was interesting.
I didn't.
Well, that's okay. As much as you didn't know you were doing it, I experimented because I did it, and then I looked at Blue and said, "How long is he in timeout for?" And she says, "I don't think he gets out of timeout." And I'm like, "Oh no!"
300 seconds.
Bad.
It's 5 minutes.
5 minutes? You were in the naughty seat for 5 minutes?
Yep.
Oh, if you only knew how my half hour prior to the live went, you'd understand.
I've kind of been ornery to Tony basically
all day long.
The question isn't if you've been ornery. The question is, did you deserve it, Tony? Did you deserve it?
Who was that?
That's my intro. I was trying to get my YouTube. You guys, I'm so far behind. I don't even have chat up. So I'm just going to wait and say I'm here.
So I can call you in the morning for about 3 hours and you'll be just fine, right?
Tomorrow, I will be at a stock show tomorrow.
See, you're pushing me off, so that's fine.
Me too.
So you can call me, but that doesn't mean I'm going to answer.
I get it.
That's
we've got one of our big. But that doesn't mean I'm going to look answer. Now I'm up here twice. Okay, now we're good. I'm finally caught up, and I've got the chat up, so I could say hey to everybody.
So Tony asked me, he's like, you want to be on tonight? And I'm like, I didn't want to use the excuse. Well, I'm getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to a show for our county fair. So I'm here.
And I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Neil,
I appreciate it.
You and I are like this, my friends.
Sisters from another mister.
Chris, all I got to say is I hope you don't wear bib overalls.
I might just because now.
No, you don't want to. Trust
I
me.
scarred Tony. I scarred Tony for life. I sent him a picture of me in bibs with no shirt.
Just bibs. Yeah. Got it.
Just bibs.
Got it. I'm with you.
She put me up to it. I'm telling you. It was all her.
Wow. Okay, let me finish here. We got the Reef Robbers in the house. Hello. Southern Roots by Sherry. Hi to you both. Barb's Country Home. And it looks like that's it. So I'm glad everybody joined us. So tonight, I think what I wanted to do is kind of go over what we can about the collaboration we're doing in September. And I do want to welcome all of you and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I do. All of us sitting in this Foursquare here are actually participating in this collaboration in one way or another. As of last night, if you went to the Facebook page, Chris, can you drop the Facebook page, or Blue, please, for me in the chat so people have it?
Yeah, let me grab it. This is probably faster than I am.
Maybe.
I'm only halfway through my coffee, honey.
Okay, okay.
We're good.
I'll back off on those kind of things. As of last night, we have more than 75 channels participating in this collaboration, and we have more than 843,000 combined subscriptions.
Moly. Cheapest.
That is huge. Huge. Okay. In addition to that, I also on the Facebook page posted as of date sponsorships that we have. That is, and I will tell everybody now, that is an ever evolving process. So even if you've looked at least at the sponsorship page, if you've looked at it once and you get a notification, go back and look at it again because it may have been updated. That might be why you're getting it an additional time. I know I am, and I know from talking with Dale and Mitchell, we're all trying to do what we can to get sponsors. And it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. But I did get some news today from one sponsor, and that is Yoder Smokers. Yoder Smokers is joining our sponsorship as well, and they're going to provide us with rubs, sauces, and they're going to try to do equipment and accessories as well. So I thought that was really good. And then I've also already, based on the success that we've had, I haven't even talked, well, Dale and Mitchell know about it, but we haven't really talked about it. But I went ahead and asked them to consider us for next year for a major prize. So let's see how that turns out, and I hope it does turn out. So that's a good thing. Yep. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
No, I'm seriously excited about this. I mean, I look at these collabs and I see the potential that we have for having new family members and for sharing our lives with people. I mean, those are two major things from two different angles. So these are so exciting to me. And I absolutely I love getting involved in these. And I love cooking and eating. So that is helpful. But so these are just really exciting. And being able to see what everyone is cooking and how they cook. That's always the key is being able to learn about other channels and other family members by the way they cook, because the way I barbecue is not going to be the same way that Dale does or Blue does. And we're all in different locations, so there's different spices and different things being used. And I think that's what's really cool about collabs like this.
The other thing I want to throw in about this that I find very interesting, because I had a conversation with somebody, which I won't even tell you what it doesn't matter because I still think it was a valid question. When you start getting more than 30 collaborators in, say, a 30-day window, don't you start actually hurting the bigger channels because it takes away from them having full on view time, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So if you have more than 30 channels and you add 5 more, whatever other channels are in their day, now they're going to hop over to watch them for a few minutes. And then it becomes a process where they feel like they're being overwhelmed with the videos because they got to comment and everything. 2 things I would say to that, because I do think it's a valid point. I'm not trying to kibosh any collaborations at all. I just think there has to be an honesty to it. The point is valid, but I think what's important is that if you're truly going to watch the content, then none of that should matter. You should be sticking around to watch the content.
Well, the people are going to watch the ones they're interested in. So, you know, I kind of look at it from that perspective. I was on a collab this morning that I had joined up, and there was nine drops today. And they'll keep coming in onto the playlist. But for me, I sat and watched all of those because I had time to watch all of those. But there were certain ones that I'm like, oh, I'm bookmarking that one for later because I want that recipe. So when you have multiple channels and you're doing a month long, I know that I'm going to be bookmarking daily because I back and revisit a lot of those. So they're going to get my first watch. They're going to get a comment from me no matter what. And I'm not being overwhelmed when we have so many because we're all spread out throughout the month. And that's what I think is really cool. You know, there's, 3 tops, maybe 4 if there's a bonus video or whatever. That's nothing to watch, and people are going to watch the ones that they want to. I mean, I don't have any complaints. It doesn't take away from me at all. It brings views in of new people, but it also lets all of my family members visit with all these other people. So for me, it doesn't matter. To me, I look at collabs not as, trying to gain, but that's me as my personality. I see collabs as just benefiting the entire group as a whole. Yeah. So you got to look at it from a different angle. So
do you agree with that, Blue? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think collabs actually give you ideas for content as well. Where you might be in a bit of a rut and thinking, I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. Collabs actually give you something completely different that you may not have thought of to do, So, yeah, that's my 2 pence.
Blue needs more coffee. Someone get her coffee. Quick. Stats.
Dale and Lisa, do you have anything to add to that?
Dale needs no coffee.
I always need coffee. No, yeah, I want to agree wholeheartedly with it that the collab definitely, Blue, you're striking on what I also see, that it gives you so many ideas for new content. Not to mention the channels that I know that I've talked to during this gathering of the collaborators. Most of those channels, this isn't really like their home thing, like barbecue or cooking. And they were just elated to have something new to create around, it was just something that they could, that's a new idea that I don't have to go out and say, show you how to feed my chickens and stuff like that, or build a fence today. They were excited about that kind of stuff. I know for our channel, the collaborations, we use it to find new family members, to find others that we are going to follow. It's just like us tonight. We were on Drunken Chef Barbecues live, that we would have never found them, if it wasn't for collaborations and things like that. And big time. And it gave me more ideas for more things to come in the future. I think he has a great thing going on. Their channel and Great Farmer Freelance, the kiddos are going to have a joint live cooking show in the morning at 8 o'clock.
Awesome.
And I think that's awesome because it gets the whole family involved in it,
I had to go run over and check out what Dale was just talking about over on Drunken Chef, because he texts me and he goes, Drunken Chef's giving away everything in his house, and I thought, what happened? So I go over there and then I realized what it was. So I was like, what?
I got a package from Drunken Chef today.
Yes.
It's somewhere in my shuffle. I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't even opened it.
I want to say hi to it looks like Nick AZ Highland Homestead dropped in, and Chris and Larry Homestead are here. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Wasn't it like Barb's Country Home? Wasn't that one that like took half of the stuff at that last live?
She took some stuff. I did see it twice. Yeah.
See, the other thing about doing a barbecue collaboration, especially over here in the UK, where energy prices have literally soared off the charts, and people are choosing whether to heat or eat in their homes, it gives them other ideas of almost free cooking. Yeah. Because a lot of people will think, a barbecue is just for chucking a burger or a sausage or something like that on there. But if you're giving people other ideas of things that they can do, then that's a really good thing, and it can never be a bad thing, Oh
no, never.
Yeah. So if you're giving people new ideas of different ways to cook and different ways to do things, then to me, it's all a good thing.
I've been very curious. Is it like really popular for barbecue? And you guys do?
As an Aussie, I'd like to say yes, Aussies barbecue all the time. Okay. But as someone who lives in the UK, it's not as popular as you'd think, because people don't know how to do it. There's a lot of throwaway barbecues over here. The little tinfoil thing with the petrol charged charcoal, and a lot of people use those, but it's because they don't know how to use a proper barbecue, and the stuff that comes off those is pretty awful, because it just tastes like the paraffin that's soaked into the charcoal. It's just not nice. It's nasty. But it'd be really nice to actually encourage people to learn how to do it properly, and have different options. So even if they're just chucking a couple of bricks with an old cake rack over the top, and just chucking some wood they foraged from, wherever, to cook it off with. Yeah. That to me, we're helping. And that's important, especially right now. It's really, really important.
Okay, I decided next time I'm doing lives, I'm going to go stay at the Beverly Hilton. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Hey, we're coming with you.
Yeah,
no kidding.
So if you haven't noticed what I put on the screen, it looks like Organized Pineapple just hit 500 tonight. Congratulations.
Yay!
I think that's awesome. I am with her. I hope it sticks, because we've seen quite a few of them that have lost some. So I do hope it sticks for her. I also want to say hello to Skinner Farms, Josh. And, speak of the devil, Drunken Chef Barbecue's in with us now.
You know what? I think his ears were ringing. My chair had sunk as I was sitting here. All of a sudden, I got really short.
Mine does that. I've just left it on short now, because it's just embarrassing when you're in the middle of a live and you're doing this.
That's what I'm thinking. So if I go that close again, we'll just lower my camera again, you guys.
You want to talk about who needs
the height I can get? I'm 16 inches taller than Larry, so I have to wear my hair high and tall shoes.
You want to talk about coffee? This one needs coffee. She's sitting there yawning continuously.
Oh, bless.
I always do my lives with a lot of coffee.
Good night. I'm going to bed.
Bye.
Bye. Sweet dreams.
Night.
Good night, Lisa. Thank you.
Night.
So in addition to that, I also think what's important, and just to recap real quick, because I want to make this point very, very, very poignant to everyone. We have over 75 channels that are now in the collaboration in 3 different phases. Those phases are the first original 30 for theirs. Then we also have what we're calling bonus videos. Those are different varying things different uses, different ways that the video is being put together. And then the third thing is what we're calling channel month. And we're trying to get other little channels to join. That seems to be a struggle right now in getting the connection taken care of, but we're moving in that direction. So 75 channels and over 843,000 combined subscribers. That number just astonishes me. I was blown away when I really found that. And I think that's wonderful. I think just the ability to be involved in something that hits that possibility of that many people is wonderful. And going into like what you guys were talking about of learning the different recipes you may not have, different styles, that's going to a lot of people. And I think that's just awesome. So I'm really happy with that.
Without giving away too much on my end, I want to say what I'm really excited about is seeing the off the wall recipes.
Yes.
And meats. Like I said, I'm not going to give away too much because I know what I'm doing, but it's
I know what you're doing too, and I can't wait for you to do yours.
I'm just really excited though to see other people that are not just using beef, pork, and chicken, because there are so many other meats and even veggies. I mean, it's going to be neat to see if we have any people who are vegetarians that are using that as a grilled recipe. Because for me, that's not my norm.
So I am here to tell you, and I'm not going to divulge specifics or anything like that, but I do know as of right now, we do have a smoker video coming. We have an open fire pit video coming. We have several gas grills, pellet grills, black stones. I do know that we also, from what I can remember, we have in the protein meat category, I know of varying types of birds, varying types of sausages, varying cuts of pork and beef. And there is one I know about, but I'm not telling anybody. Dale and Mitchell don't even know this.
Awesome.
So the variance is there. Now, moving over to the other option, which we also said in this collaboration, it goes from meat-based to plant-based and anywhere in between. Okay. I know a couple of the channels are doing strictly either vegan or vegetarian grilling as well. So I think that's cool and it's awesome, because here's my thought process about a plant-based approach. It doesn't have to be my main dish if I want the pork chop and the steak and the whatever, okay? Because that can be my side dish. There's nothing wrong with having that with what I'm having. Exactly. And so I'm learning those things as well. That's why I really wanted to move forward, because A, not everybody eats meat, and B, what's wrong with it? It's a side dish you learn, so why not?
Well, and just that concept. I mean, we grill our radishes here at my house. We grill our, I have a pan that goes on my barbecue that I grill my greens in and throw some feta cheese in that. We've done turnips. We've done potato. I mean, you name it, you can grill, which is really cool. Now I'm waiting to see. This is why I'm so excited, is because I'm hoping we have a few people that actually take right out of their garden and throw it on the barbecue. Oh, yeah. And so, those are some other things that I'm like, wait, let's listen, we can.
I have to wait for next year for that.
See, and like I said, we've got a specialty recipe that we're using, and I'm getting my smoking master, my dad. I talked to him, and he's getting involved with us, and said, "Yeah, I'll do it with you, and let's come over, and we're gonna do a collab together," which is even better, because not only is it my channel, but now it's my channel and family.
Yep.
And my dad.
Can I?
Yeah.
Sorry, can I interrupt? I see Organized Pineapple. You made a comment up there about offering to give a gift card, but to be given away, but Mitchell never emailed you back. I think that's just, he was trying to verify with us what we were wanting to do or not to do. That is a go. Any channel, I don't care whether you're in the collaboration or not. If you want to provide a donation, we will gladly accept it. You will be listed as one of our sponsors, and we greatly appreciate it. So please,
then,
if you want to, go ahead. Go ahead, Dale.
no, that's fine.
12
No,
stones.
I was reading 12 Stones comment before
Yeah.
that. Josh
Okay.
was talking about, sorry you didn't go live. Hey, Josh, I understand life happens. Same thing with me. I didn't go live this week because life happened. So we fully understand.
Same.
Yep.
But yeah, Byron talking about Brian of Wonder Arts and Adventures is terminally ill.
Let me grab his
Pass.
real quick.
His dream is to hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. Guys, if you haven't connected, you need to connect with Brian at Wonder Arts.
He's at 737 right now.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I just pulled him up. Let me get his link up there.
Okay, so you go ahead and do that. I'm going to post this up.
Mouse Toes already has posted it, Chris.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
She's quick.
Well,
Yeah.
hello, Mouse Toes. Welcome
Hi,
on
Mouse
in. We
Toes.
appreciate you being here. All right, guys. So that we need to push that out on our community pages and whatever we can, because if we can make that happen, that would be awesome. So,
Oh, and Josh just asked me a question. I'm looking on my spreadsheet, Josh. Hang on. To answer your question. It's Jamie Conway, and Jamie has not emailed me her address. I have no record of the address, Josh, so I have not emailed it to you yet because I don't have it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
all righty. So moving on then.
I can
The other
see you
thing
all
I
down
want-
there.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to leave it up there. So
No, I
people
was
could see
going
it.
to hide behind it.
No, you're fine.
Howdy ho, good neighbor.
So what I will do is after we're done here, I will post that information down in the link description box. So it'll be there. I will also go over and put it on my community tab too. So
Me too.
I encourage Dale and Chris to do that. I know Blue would probably, but she doesn't have one yet. Sorry.
No.
Close.
get
She's
Blue
getting there.
I did reach my 650 videos mark though.
Yay. Good job. That's a lot of hard work when you think about that.
That's 650 videos of collected chaos over the last 3 years.
That is funny.
I don't know how many videos I have. I haven't even looked. As many as you got.
I'm nowhere close.
Yeah, I'm not anywhere close either. It's like since Jam It Up June, my life has turned into a live stream. That's what I feel like. So, don't mind the dog in behind us. Sorry.
Hey, we all know.
Moving on to the part that we were talking about. Remember, I said there's 3 categories that are the collaborators in this. So we have the original 30, and then we have the bonus, but then there's also the bump it up or channel bump. Theirs is going to be a little different. And I'm not sure if people understand that because I haven't actually sent their email out yet. I'm still waiting for others to get back to me. Theirs is different in the sense that we're asking them to do a 5-minute video at least that has a rub, a spice, a sauce, or a glaze that you would use in barbecuing. Now, I have, and Dale and Mitchell and I, this is a combined thing. We talked about it. If they want to do a barbecue thing using that, that's fine. But the point is, what did you make to put on that barbecue or that grill? And theoretically, the point behind it was to give them exposure, give them practice if they haven't done enough videos, maybe. I was watching Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue for his YouTube Pitmasters. There was 2 guys in there that had never done a video before, and their first one was the one they posted. So
wow.
To me, it's an encouragement if we give them the opportunity to do it on a scale, especially since we all know this is a large scale now, that they may be able to help their channels out. That's the point behind it. So I think that's a great idea. There's quite a few, actually, I would say just under half that have agreed to. And then the other thing that goes in with that is 2 things. Conversation came up with Mitchell. Somebody had emailed him. I think it might have been a couple people, but they had asked about, because one of our rules is we're asking the collaborators to not post any video that has alcohol, drugs, or anything like that. And we were looking at it from the don't sit there and sip the bottle while you're going at the barbecue. That's what we were looking at, right? But the valid question is what if you make a sauce or something with alcohol? We all three unanimously, without hesitation, agreed cooking with it is different because you will cook it off and you're not sitting there chugging away at it. That's a whole different approach. There's quite a few people out there that do use alcohol in their sauces or their marinades or whatever it may be. So yes, Blue, you're one of them.
I'm one of them. You know, I don't drink everything that I make because I make a lot of alcohol. I make it, but I don't drink it. But I cook with it.
No, I get it.
But we do too in our house. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a regular thing for us to use a bottle of beer and cook brats, you know, soak brats and boil them in it and that. Or we've got a bourbon candy that we make that's with graham crackers and nuts and things, but the bourbon is in the sugary sauce of it. So you definitely, I mean, that wasn't an issue, you know. And when Tony and I were actually going through some rules, he was having me read them just to make sure. And I said, it makes perfect sense. And then when you guys posted that the other day about someone who was questioning, and I said, I never even thought that alcohol couldn't be allowed in that. I just thought it was, you know, we're not going to be drinking on this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to clarify that. And I know Mitchell did on his as well. And I think, Dale, have you talked about it on yours yet or not?
I didn't have my live this week, so I didn't get to talk about it, but I will.
Oh, I was thinking you did. I was thinking it happened a few days ago. Sorry. Anyways, I'm not trying to put you on the spot for not doing a live. That's my point.
That's okay
right now. I think the important part is that most of us probably where Chris just said. You never really fathomed the thought. But if people are asking the question, I really strongly felt that it's important for people, regardless of where they're coming from, that they understand what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And Drunken Chef, I'm going to put this up because he does make a valid point. I have gotten 3 emails about it, especially when that's what you do. I get that. I know that is a question out there. But
you know, let me answer. I'll answer his really quick because, you know, we do have, you know, one of the larger channels, not the largest. There's actually quite a few ahead of us, which is awesome. When it comes to doing collabs, don't feel the need to push out and impress so much that you are struggling. On a collab like this, create your best favorite home recipe that you already do. Even if you've already made a video on it. Again, you need to not worry. Like I'm so excited. I watch Drunken Chef because I love barbecue. I love what he does, and he's in my home state, which is even better. So I look at that from a different angle. Like when I did the collab and dropped that video this morning, I had made that last weekend. And I wasn't doing it to impress. I was doing it because that's one of the meals that my kids love to eat, and I was going to make it anyway.
Right.
So don't feel the need to, you know, do so much that you're lost in translation, if you get my picture, that you're lost in what you're doing. The only reason that I was choosing something different meat-wise is because we do all those kind of things already at my house. This was nothing new, but I thought, no one else is going to have this.
Chris, I got to interrupt you because I knew where this was going.
Yeah.
It's not about the recipe; it's about the alcohol part.
Oh, well, you can use
you got to remember where he's coming from, and I did consider this to be an issue for the barbecuers.
I'm going to take on part of that if I may, Tony.
Please do.
I know.
Well, let me.
Go ahead.
Let me let me just say where my thing is real quick, because he made a specific point, and two others did as well. I'm not going to call them out. I'm only using him because he mentioned it.
Mhm.
I get the point that it is something that you are used to doing. We're only asking you to do this one time just because we don't know the extent of the children that might be watching. I know for a fact that there's quite a few collaborators who are having other people that help them when they do this collaboration. And I don't want them to feel like they're uncomfortable that okay, the same video dropped out the same day they are has somebody drinking beer or Hennessy or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It's not. We're just trying to make it as friendly as we possibly can. But that's a struggle I know for me too, because I got to watch my language. I got to do this. I got to do all those things. But that's a constant thing that I deal with all the time when I do the lives. For me, the other problem, and it's nothing to call out any channel that is not what I'm trying to do, it just seems like more and more of the channels are doing more smoking on their lives, more drinking on their lives. The language is coming out. And I know for me, I sit out here, my kids pass by all the time. I don't want them seeing it or hearing it. Again, I'm not trying to be offensive to any other channel. I just didn't want that on the collaboration. That's what my goal was. It wasn't to offend anybody.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go with it.
Right.
I'm definitely, as one of the co-collaborator organizers, that was kind of a hard rule for me personally. We just don't show that kind of stuff on our channel. We're not going to sit around. We're not going to drink. We're not going to, whatever other kind of recreational activity that is the norm is just something. And I know for a fact that a lot of the channels within the collaboration feel very strongly about that point. They want it to be that they can feel comfortable showing it to anybody. That's kind of why I was so stuck with it. I also completely understand Drunken Chef's point of view. We all have family members like that. You may be you're that way off the camera or whatever. But I know the three of us, our thought process was, it's just one of them things that, we want something we can put out. We can say, hey, you can play this playlist with your 5-year-old in the room and don't have anything question to answer or anything like that,
Well, and I think, sorry, one more thing, Chris, I got to throw this in because I think it played into it as well. The thought process of it being as big as we wanted it to be, we also had to watch out which possible channels would come in if they had to worry about that. And I can think of one specifically. I'm not going to mention who it is, but they are very, they would be concerned if this was an issue in coming into the collaboration. Now, that doesn't mean that drove it. It just was part of the thinking process.
Yes.
So when we take all these things that me and Dale have just said, I think that it's important to remember it was a collective thought process to give us the best show we could provide, and we felt that's the way we had to go. Again, not trying to offend anybody. I'm not here to call out any channel and say they're doing something wrong. That's their channel, their choice. I'm not here to control that. This was just what the conversation was for us three. Okay, Chris, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was just, my thought was going to the fact that our videos are only 10 minutes. So things can be edited out beforehand. You could still drink. You could still do whatever. Just when
don't put it on the video.
Just cut it. It's like I said, I'm very funny about that because, I have adult children. I've had quite a few hee-haws come up to cover up things that they've said. Because I do, like I said, I try and keep my channel very family friendly because I do have, a lot of children. But that doesn't mean that, I don't have a glass of wine and smoke a fine cigar occasionally. So I just don't put it out there. And so that's what I want, I guess, just to emphasize that it's just 10 minutes. Think about that. And you can cut parts, you can blur parts. If you need help with video editing, call me. I will help anyone that needs help with that kind of stuff, especially if we have to snip something out of a video. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's
not.
There is another way of dealing with it as well for people who are used to doing that on their channel, is like, make a joke of it. You thought I was going to drink it, didn't you? No.
Yeah.
The meat is, whatever it is, the marinade is, just kind of, you know, make it a whole part of what you're doing rather than making it a big deal.
Right.
Don't make it a big deal. Use what you were going to drink in what you're making.
Here, I'm going to go with Dale.
You
Dale,
know?
could you please
It's
hold
pretty
that up
simple,
one more time?
guys.
Yeah.
Let me do this. Let me do this. It's pretty simple. You get a cup that has your logo. You put whatever you want in there. No one knows what you're drinking, guys.
Don't tell them.
Doing.
It could be the iced tea.
No.
Exactly.
There is that too.
Or
There
it
are
could be
And that's
alcohol
fine.
iced
I do
tea.
want to make a statement though on what Chris said. She said our videos are only 10 minutes long. Just everybody remember, the minimum is 10 minutes long.
10 minutes, yeah.
Yes.
10 was in my head. I knew it wasn't shorter. You know what I meant.
I got it. I just want to clarify it.
That comment of mine isn't me trying to be holier than thou or whatever.
No.
That comment comes from me being a fair board president at a youth fair.
Yes.
And you know, you always have the parents that's what they want to do. And it's like, guys, it's a free country. You can do what you want, but you know, at least have it this way where you're not advertising it to everybody that comes through there. You know what I mean?
Can I just say as well, this isn't just about the kids. This is about protecting people who are struggling with drinking issues.
Yes.
Okay. Because barbecuing does not have to be about the drink.
Oh, yeah.
And it is something that everybody in every culture, they sit around, they have a drink, they have a barbecue. But people who are struggling with drinking issues, they have to find another way. And to be able to show them that there is another way and it doesn't have to be about the alcohol, to me, is more of an important thing than the kids are going to see their parents drinking around the barbecue anyway. It's a normal thing. Okay. Oh, yeah. But for those who are struggling and trying to find another way, it'd be really nice to have a bunch of videos that don't have people drinking in them just for them so that they can actually go, well, actually, I can have a barbecue and not have a drink.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what I'm saying with it. And I seen your comment there, Drunken Chef. I'm glad you're still in. And hi, Jen from the Organized Pineapple and Jen. But you know, that's kind of where I'm going with it is, you know, the stance that my family has on it, you know, my kiddos, they're used to being around it and stuff like that because of other family members, but not everybody's this, you know.
No.
Right.
And I don't want to be the one that breaks that innocence for someone else's family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
That's just where I'm at. So I think we've probably ironed that out in my opinion, but
no, I do too. I just want to clarify it for specifically, not only because of and I think this is important because this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Right there.
Right there. I appreciate you saying that because that's exactly all it is. We're just trying to do a respect thing for each other. It is what it is. I give what Dale said and I agree with it. Put it in a coffee cup. I can't see what it is. I don't really care at that point. Just don't tell everybody you're drinking it because, you know, that I get, especially in the barbecuing community, that's what they do when they're barbecuing. I get it. It's normal. Sorry, I got a pterodactyl trying to eat my eyeball.
We call them stands at my house.
Okay.
Why? Like,
but
stands everywhere. Sorry.
I want to make sure that that is acknowledged because he is spot on. It is a respect thing. We respect him. We really gave this a lot of thought in how we were going to approach this because we didn't want anybody offended by it. And there's other language that's in that rule that is more specific to just alcohol. I mean, if that first line is very blatant and descriptive to a point, but the point behind it is that it is still following what me and Dale and everybody else has said. We're trying to set it so that it's good for everybody. Anybody can watch it. There's no issue. That I appreciate that comment right there, because to me it means he gets it. He knows where we're going with it, and it's not to hurt anybody's feelings, because that is the last thing we were trying to do. So
him and the little chef, that tickled me tonight.
I love that. That was cool.
And then the backpack, they gave away backpacks to give to children that maybe weren't fortunate enough to have their school supplies.
Awesome.
Yep.
That rung true to our family and things that we do. And so I know him and I we're more connected than we probably realize, because we're both on the same page there, you know. Yep. But you know, and to me, that's exactly the point of a collaboration, especially one of this size, is meeting other creators and connecting on a whole different level than just, oh, I've seen one of their videos. You know, we're all in this together. And, you know, when we did the live and we dropped all this information about the Last Chance Cook-Off, you know, I was getting text messages and emails from other collaborators going, oh, you're going down. Mine's going to be better than yours, you know, like a competition, but it's so friendly because it's not a competition, you know.
Well, and that's the other thing I want to stress too, and I'm glad you brought that up, because and again, I'm not attacking anything that's ever been done, because I love the YouTube Pitmasters competition. I love that. That is wonderful to watch. I'm learning things from it. I'm just using it as an example. That's a competition. This is not. This was intended for us to get together, do the one last barbecue, get the smaller channels, middle channels, big channels, try to introduce new channels that need some help getting lifted. Maybe they don't, but they're having a struggle getting out there. That might be it, because if anybody goes and looks, I know you guys don't have the numbers, but I do. And Dale and Mitchell, I've seen them. There are some of the channels that are in the bump up that are above 200. Because when we first did it, we looked at how are they, where are they at, can we help them, if that makes any sense. So,
and they're already working up there on their own, you know.
Yeah.
But
here's another thing that I really want to point out to you, and it's not something that I think I might have said something to Blue, maybe Dale and Mitchell, but I'm not positive. When I was running the totals, because I wanted to know a number that we had, this isn't about how many subscribers we have. I just think it's astonishing for the number we have. The other thing that benefits us is putting that out to sponsors so they know how many we possibly could be reaching. So we were running a constant tally. You guys have no idea how much trouble it was. I'm not looking for anything, so don't anybody applaud it or nothing. But I went through 3-4 times a week trying to get those numbers. Okay, has this changed? Yes, it did. Well, if I see 3 change, I'd go back and change them all and rerun their numbers again. The thing I loved about it was with this original 60, because I started noticing it with the 30, but eventually I realized with the original 60, and it goes farther than that, but we'll just go with them. On every 3 to 4 days, I'll take it this way. In a 1 week span prior to when we put the Facebook page out there, in the 1 week span, all 60 of those channels had grown almost 15,000 subscribers. That is huge when you look at it that way. Yes, that's my point. These are these are groups of people that are working together to try to make their channels what they are. And it really isn't about whether you're a small channel or a big channel. It's what is your content doing to draw the people in? And in the end, hopefully that's what this is about. So to go back to the original thing that I started talking about, it's not about anything other than put the content out there. It doesn't matter if we have 60 or 30 or 75 or even 90, if that's what we end up with by the end of this. We're trying to push the content out there. We're trying to push the channels out there, and we're trying to give people new recipes, new people to meet, And hopefully that's where the successful part of this is all at.
Yeah.
For me.
Absolutely.
I know that's where Dale and Mitchell are too, but
It's awesome.
are you
Yeah.
okay? I didn't know your head's down, so I didn't know if you froze that way or not.
I was trying to get in the comments
say.
over here, you know.
Okay. So we're also, I want to know from your point of view, and I'll ask Blue when she comes back, Chris, what do you think as a collaborator, not one of the host collaborators, what do you think of all this?
All which? What it's about?
How big it is, how many channels are there, the way we're doing it, things like that.
Well, sitting back on the tail end, because like I said, I was able to see the rules and stuff ahead of time, and I don't ever want anybody to think that I didn't. I did some proofreading for everyone. I wanted to, I was contacted. It wasn't me going, hey, pick me. I want you guys to know that. I do lay that out.
Well,
there.
on that, before you go any further, and Dale and Mitchell and I have agreed this, and I'm going to kind of word it kind of odd, and I hope the guys don't mind it. We almost are looking at you as the fourth host in this collaboration,
right? But
because
I'm quiet.
I know you are, but I want it acknowledged because you put a lot of help with us in this. You did a lot of proofreading. You did a lot of what you're bouncing off. You have ideas. You're helping sponsor some of what's coming out that we haven't even announced yet. I want you to be acknowledged for that. I know that's not what you were looking for. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That wasn't what I was looking for, but I just wanted to lay it out there in case anybody came back. As a collaborator, like I said, I love these. I absolutely love collaborations. I love getting involved with other people. I love getting involved with channels, with Facebook pages, with Instagram pages. I live for this kind of stuff. I mean, like I said, I've got a background in marketing anyway. So for me, I'm just like, these numbers are amazing. I will tell you that. And you're only looking at YouTube numbers. You're not looking at other numbers.
You are correct.
My stuff ends up on my Facebook page. All of my stuff ends up in all of my Facebook groups that I'm in. My Instagram page has, 4,000 or 5,000 followers on it. So all of those come full circle. And it's not just that. It's, you look at the people that are very active with my, other channels. Like my oldest daughter has 4,000 on her Instagram. She's going to be throwing it out there too. So I see the numbers and I'm just like, they're amazing off of YouTube, but you're going to need to double or quadruple those
when you start adding that other
everything else up. So it's not just one thing. And I would want to encourage those that are joining this, post on your private Facebook page, post on your group. I have a group Facebook page that's for our business too. Every video that I do goes on there as well. So whether people are watching it through YouTube or they're watching it through a different direction, you're looking at this whole thing from this big symbiotic ball of goo, because this is amazing. I mean, so I look at collabs in that way. The prizes, they don't mean anything to me. I'm having fun doing this. I mean, if I win something, that would be awesome. But that's not what this is about for me. I love the general, grouping of collabs. So I like to go on, like I've went through and found a whole bunch of the people that are on the collab list and grab their Instagram pages, because I like to see what else they're doing and get that farming or homesteading or barbecuing groups and learn that kind of stuff. So that's wait. Oh, look at Jen says, wait, there's prizes. No,
there is prizes.
No. There is prizes. Yeah.
We haven't announced anything yet.
But we don't need to. What we can, and Dale, do you mind, or would you rather me hold off?
Go ahead.
Okay. So to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think, I want to show this real quick. because I think it's important. As a fellow collaborator, I'm honored to be a part of this. I've made such good friends through the other collaborations. I commend you all for taking the time, taking this on. What a big job. My hope is to have fun. That is, again, ultimately what we're after. Just go out and enjoy yourself. Okay.
He took it down that time. We didn't have to sit like this anymore, Dale.
So our intention is, and a lot of this is dependent on sponsorship. So that's why we haven't really moved forward into a full anything about prizes or sponsors. We're trying to let everybody know about as we get them. There's some you don't know about, and there's a reason behind that, and we'll get to that at some point. Our goal is to have weekly prizes. We haven't totally discussed finalizing that yet, because again, we're waiting to see what the sponsorships are. Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it? Sorry. Sorry. I had to say it.
At least he's open to that.
I am. I know I repeat myself all the time. That's fine. And I think what the end result of this is going to be on the price topic is that it's going to end up great. I think we're going to have quite a few. I will let everybody know now. I want to kind of put out there so people are aware of the skip day, Dale, for the finale. So because of calendar issues, our last day of the collaboration is the 30th of September. We have to, because of calendar issues, have to offset our finale to the 2nd of October. But it's only because we have some things that have to be dealt with from personal life and whatever, and we couldn't get around it and still afford, because one of the things, and this is something me and the guys talked about, in Jam It Up June, I really hated that our Hodgepodge Homestead only ended up with 38 comments because of the short amount of time they had from their posting to when I did the live finale. I didn't feel it was fair to them to not have the amount of time to move forward. So in that thinking, that put us into the 1st of October. Our personal life schedules are not allowing that, so we went to the next day possible, which was Sunday the day after. So that's why we're doing it that way.
Dale's super busy on the 1st.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be super busy or not, but
or he may just be sleeping in a chair at the rate he's going, because
Hey, real quick, I just see he's pulling out Drunken Chef again. Thank you. We appreciate you. He also is one of our sponsors. I do wanted to mention that. Much respect for you, my friend. Okay.
Thank you.
And I got a present from him in the mail today. So, Chef.
Well, aren't you special?
You.
Well, Nana won a spice in his live. So.
Oh, okay. So first of all, if you guys I love popcorn. I'm a popcorn fanatic. Larry is a theater. I actually have a theater popcorn machine. I put his jalapenos on my popcorn. OMG! Go for that. If
there
you
was lots of people in his live was like, you got to try that on popcorn.
Do it.
I'd have never thought of that.
Do it. I'm telling you, he rocks.
So Dale brought up something, and I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until we talk about it more. But it sounds like there might be a possibility. I don't know. I'm trying to verify whether he was joking about it or not. But there might be another twist thrown into this as we go along. But I'll figure that out afterwards.
That might be exactly. I'm thinking about
it just had to come out.
My wheels. So I want to put it out there.
Okay.
Mitchell was the first one with this great idea of this collaboration. He had the idea. He knew where to go to get the right person that had been doing the collaboration already and organized an amazing one and has put tremendous amount of work into it. And I'm just kind of that guy that comes up with crazy ideas, and I try to help where I can, but for the most part, I just have crazy ideas. So,
And your point is?
well, so my wheels are still turning, even though we've still made an announcement and everything. But I like setting people back on their heels and go, what? We're changing the rules?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because that's what keeps people interested, guys. That's why we do what we're doing. We want to keep people watching all of us, right? Everyone in that comment tab over there that's a creator, everyone on this screen, that's our whole point, is we keep people engaged with us. So that's why I come up with these harebrained little crazy ideas that I'm like, hey, I think that's going to work. So then I bring it in front of the two really smart guys in the collaboration, way smarter than me, you know, and I say, hey, will this work? And
I'll take credit because I know he was talking about me. So go ahead.
Yeah. Somehow Tony makes it work.
Go on. Just go on.
So I got another idea for you. You know, you was talking about the popcorn. We take peanuts and take those rubs and everything, and we put on them.
That.
Yeah.
Mixed nuts.
That's a good idea.
So, like, one of my favorite seasonings is Old Bay.
Excuse me.
I don't know if you know what Old Bay is.
I
Old
do.
Bay on honey roasted
I do.
peanuts. Oh my!
Yep.
You can't stop eating it.
No.
So
I have
one
to
of
get it
the
from the import shop, but I'm happy to pay $10 for a thing. But if anyone touches it, I'll break their fingers.
Yeah, that's right.
she's you would think it was a 32-ounce bottle of vanilla she just won or something.
Right?
I know, right?
I'll be back.
Anyways, what I do want to put out there before we lose too many more people, any of the channels that are in the live chat, anybody that knows any channel that's under 200 subscribers, there's the show off.
Mine's too far away.
Give me
Mine's
1
in the
second.
mail.
You guys talk. You guys talk. I'll be right back.
Mine's in the post.
Control. No, just kidding, you guys. I've had way too much caffeine today. That's all I could say.
And I think we know where it come from.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you're curious, we're going to have a mail call.
Excellent.
That's so cool. Yeah, I got one. I was finally awake early enough to watch Bland's Promised Lands live. I was there for like the last half hour of it. Okay. And for some reason I don't normally enter the giveaways because normally it's the postage is way too high. But for some reason my fingers did the walking for me because I was not awake. And my name came up and I was like, what?
Yay!
What? I win? I'm again. So yeah, I have vanilla on the way. And I was like, you sure? Because I can pay the postage. There's no problem, you know, because I don't want people to be out of pocket. But I was told unequivocally no.
Oh, I want to show you something.
Oh.
The dude has one for each hand. That is just rude.
Look how much I've used already from a new bottle.
You know,
that was just this week.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
When Larry and I travel, we tend to get vanilla when we travel to Mexico, especially. And we haven't been since the whole, cruise line shut down because we used to go on cruises. And so I was down to like a half a bottle of the stuff that we had because we bake a lot in this household. And then I won. So I'm like, yay. I have vanilla for a little while longer. I'm going to send Jesse some cookies, though. He needs cookies. So, and he is. Road Dogs, he is showing off, isn't he?
Yeah.
Two-fisted vanilla. I like that one better.
No, you guys are really excited about this. I truly think it's going to be.
Hey, Daz, don't worry about it. We're good. You're fine. You take care of family and do what you got to do, bud. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Hi, Daz. We understand.
Yep. So what I was trying to say real quick is if anybody in the chat, anybody that knows any channel that's 200 channels or less that you think would be interested in making a homemade, their own, not store bought, rub, spice, glaze, or sauce for barbecue or grilling, please have them get a hold of us because we still are looking for some of those
Yep.
channel bumps that we need to fill those spots with. So I would appreciate that. I can't think of anything else really that I wanted to talk more about on that. Can you, Dale?
Not really off the top of my head. I'm pretty interested because I too, like Tony, have been hearing some little murmurs from some channels running past me what they're doing. I know Josh was one of those. And then I had another channel that like completely off the wall repurposed type of cooker that really interests me.
Excellent.
And stuff like that. So I'm intrigued about things like that. Then me on a personal note, trying to think about what I'm going to create. For those that don't know, my son is Rooster at Rooster's Tool Review. And so he has a small channel. Well,
By the way, tell him to answer my email.
I will.
Okay.
I told Tony earlier when he said something like that, I'm like, Rooster has a new little hen and they are like pretty much inseparable. So we're going to have to convince
about the girl.
Yeah, we're going to have to convince them that that's something that they can do together. But anyway,
do together and make little chicks, right?
No, this is my 20-year-old still in college.
I know. Sorry.
Anyway.
See, Dale and I both have 20-year-olds that are no little chicks. No.
But
will this work, Dale?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Oh.
Yep.
But
Jen says she has a old kitchen sink she could turn into a wok. Sorry, I had to tell my wife that because that just blows me away. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So he works at a custom butcher and meat shop because he's going to school to become a USDA meat inspector and grader. And it just kind of fits in. So I visited him at his shop today and he's like, I'm like, what are you making? And he's like, oh, and tells me all about it. And I'm like, I think I'm going to have to put that on my video. And I'm not telling you guys what it is.
Come on.
Oh,
says the person who won't tell what I'm doing either.
Exactly.
I think that's what I find interesting because I've been getting the emails because we want people to tell us what they're making so we're not having to baby back ribs done day to day or in the same day. We're trying to separate them somewhat, right? But some of these coming, I'm just like, my measly, I don't care how over the top I thought it wasn't over the top enough, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
On some of them, really.
For me, when we very first started talking about this, I'm like, man, I smoke all the time. I got a Traeger. I got, I cook outside all the time. I got the gas grill. I got, an old wood fire and stuff like that. I'm like, I cook stuff all the time. Then we start getting all these different, I can start getting all these channels start telling me everything. And they're like, oh, Jen's trying to push me over the edge, isn't she? Anyway.
Both of us, yeah. That's why I had to do kind of an evil laugh. It's not happening.
I'm like
thinking,
well, I mean, I'll put it out there because it's still not one that I'm thinking about, but we raise meat chicks, and I just put out a video of putting these meat chicks on grass in the pasture, Well, this that he was making at the butcher shop was fajita chicken burgers.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ground chicken with fajita seasoning and high temperature cheese already in it.
Ooh.
Luna.
Whoa.
Sounds like breakfast to me.
I'm not Southern enough for that kind of breakfast.
I'm not Southern. I'm up in the North, man.
I know, but it's like a South thing here, you know, that the chicken and a biscuit deal. For me, breakfast is bacon or sausage
Right here.
or.
I didn't say I wasn't going to put bacon on it.
Oh, now we're talking my language. That's what I was thinking too.
Jen says
So-
she's making corn burgers.
I know. I seen that actually.
Corn burgers is because the little Drunken Chef Barbecue, the little chef, on her collaboration in the morning, the dual live with Great Farmer Freelance, they're making burgers and corn. So we all started turning that into corn burgers.
Oh.
That's why
Now I'm gonna have to watch
Ian
that.
from
I
Great
definitely
Farmer
will have to watch that.
he
Mhm.
called me and asked me about barbecue and corn. So I told him.
Have you ever took the corn and you just cut off the end of it, and then put it directly on the grill?
Yeah,
I soak mine overnight.
I
Soaking
soak it
does
and
help.
then do it.
And I'd
Yeah.
leave my husks on. I don't open it. I don't do anything. I just literally throw them right on the grill, and then I make like a Southwest butter that we put on after. That's got cayenne.
Kind of make it into street corn.
Kind of, but I don't. Some people eat mayonnaise on their street corn, and I'm like, where'd that come from? Because there's no mayonnaise.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
no.
Best way to do it. Best way to do it is the way she said: spread mayonnaise over the top and then panko
No.
breadcrumbs.
No mayonnaise on corn.
So what I've
I'm
done,
with you, Chris. That's just like that's a step too far, boys.
And
so
you
what
know,
I've done is took the corn cob, took a cob of corn, put it in the small chunks, and then I have a butter glaze the whole time while it's on the smoker, and I like it being kind of a dried out, chewy texture. I like that.
Excuse me, I have a plane to catch.
you know what's funny? I live in Arizona and I've never seen Mexican corn ever served with mayonnaise here. Ever.
No.
It is not served here near Mexico. They lie. That's an Americanized something else from someplace else that renamed it. Seriously.
It's kind of like
That kind of sounds like French toast to me.
Right? No, but no, I grill all my corn and I don't open them. We don't husk them. We soak them overnight and then we throw them on the barbecue and we just turn them a couple times. And then when they come off, sometimes they need butter, but most of the time they don't even need that. We just sprinkle some paprika or some cayenne or chili powder. I've got green chili powder in the other room. Or Drunken Chef Barbecue's rubs would taste really good on that corn. Sorry,
Okay, so
good.
I want to address this because this has been some kind of, we'll say, motif I've seen in some of the
variation.
emails.
I've seen several of them.
People are worried that they're not going to meet up to the expectation, and I'm here to tell you there is no expectation. These dishes might sound extravagant, over the top, and way farther than something you do on a regular basis, but it's not about that. That's just what they're choosing to make.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't make it everyday normal, flip the burger on, call it a day, and walk away. But at the same time, you don't have to sit there and build a Dagwood hamburger out of exotic food shipped in from the UK or something like that.
Well,
There is nothing very exotic over here except for black pudding. That's about
Black
that.
Yeah, and we're not. Don't even ask. I don't want to know.
Well, and here's the deal, Miss Andell. Nothing you're gonna do makes you unqualified for this.
Exactly.
No.
And the deal is if you just make a regular everyday burger, there are people out there who have never grilled a hamburger before.
And
Yeah.
that's a valid point, actually. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, you
Yep.
have to look at it from, hey, here's my collab, and I'm doing a every day. This is how we barbecue at my house. I just add a little salt and pepper to the top of it, and this is it. And that's okay too. I happen to live near a brand new butcher shop that had some exotic stuff. I can throw that out there.
Yep.
Homestead, where you are, just put in there. Not everyone wants to learn to make over-the-top food. Again, another valid point. You know, so I really don't care, and to be honest with you, or anybody else in the same position you are, if you want to make plain hamburgers, then do it. Right. Because there's going to be people that want to learn how to make it that may not know. Maybe you make yours a little different than the rest of us. And I'll give you an example. I know my wife and I have been wanting to try blue cheese hamburgers.
Oh, and they're so good.
Okay, with bacon or whatever. That's an over-the-top thing. But my point is we've never done that. So for us, that would be something different that we could probably try. And it not be extravagant, but there's nothing wrong with making it either. Now, I know some people are going out and getting, you know, peacocks and shoving whole pineapples in them, and okay, maybe it's not that bad.
Okay, wait, time out. You just gave away my whole secret.
The pineapples are bigger than a peacock.
I didn't say anything about you. You back off. What was that?
I want to answer Miss Brenda.
Hold on just a second. What did you say, Blue?
I said most pineapples are bigger than a peacock once you pluck them.
Ooh,
and there is a reason that I know this.
That sounds like a Leanne line. Ask me how I know.
Ask me how I know.
Go ahead.
Well, no, because I used to do historical food, because I did a lot for reenactment stuff, and I did a lot of study on it, and I worked with a lot of different people. We used to have to use peacock to make traditional Tudor recipes, and one of them being a peacock pie. And you had to actually, part of making the peacock pie was turning the feathers and the bits you don't use into this elaborate form that went over the top of the pie. And trust me, once those things are defeathered, there's nothing of them.
Right. I'm going to let you address the question you wanted to, Dale, but I just seen Ann Dale said, "Yum, okay, we can add grill garden fresh jalapeno poppers along with the burgers." Yes, go for it. Just make your barbecue the primary star of your video. That's the only thing we ask. Okay, so go ahead, Dale.
Exactly. I was going to answer Brenda at Redbird. So is it grill cooking only? It's side cooking. So outside cooking with a cast iron skillet over the top of a campfire, that's outside cooking. It needs to be a form of outside cooking. But no, it doesn't have to just be a grill. It can be a smoker. It can be a grill. It can be a Viking fire pit. Yeah.
Well, and I'll throw this one out to you. I'm doing a bonus video as well. My bonus video is going to be solar oven cooking and doing a main dish in the solar oven. So I chose to do that as my bonus because I had already had my plans for my smoking. And I figured that's outdoor cooking as well. And Tony and I had a long talk about, all the different categories. So just know that you're not stuck with one. It's not just barbecue or not just smoking. It's a plethora
outdoor cooking.
Things. So
it's just outdoor cooking. Yeah. And I want to add this in there just real quick, because it'll give people an example in how willing we were to accommodate this calendar as much as we can. We all know the story, or at least I'm assuming most people know the story about Creekside Maples. Okay. I asked Tony and Joan, even knowing what they're going through and the whole move and the rebuild and all that they have to go through, I approached them because I didn't want them to miss the opportunity if they chose to do it. Okay. Hesitantly, Tony said, "I really think we need to back out. We got a lot of things going on. I don't know where we're going to be at that time. We're going to be living out of a tent for the next 6 to 8 weeks." And I was like, bingo. Why can't you make it on the campfire? It's everyday food for you.
Absolutely.
And he's like, "I never even thought about that."
Well, and I'll throw some.
I don't know what they're cooking, but they are using campfire as their vessel to do their video with.
Awesome.
So. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
You could do the, the cast iron is awesome. Dutch oven cooking if you're needing ideas, do a search for something. Look up cowboy cooking. They have some phenomenal recipes, and everything is cooked over an open flame. So you can
Usually,
do that over a fire grill outside. A fire pit.
Usually, any one of your manufacturers will also have online menus of their vessel being used. So if you have a Traeger, you can go to Traeger and probably find cookbook recipes. I know you can for Blackstone. That's what I have. You can go onto them and find that out. So my point is don't limit your thought process to only a half round charcoal briquette with a grill on top of it, because that's not what we're saying.
No.
Whatever you can do, cooking, barbecuing, grilling outside, go for it. Because I'm here to tell you, I know one of the ways, aside from Chris's, one of the ways that's being done is way non-conventional, and nobody's going to know what it is, and it's going to catch you totally off guard. But I love it because it's ingenious, and it still completes the same process and goal we were after when we set this up.
Well,
Absolutely.
And yes, you can 100% use other people's spices. You can use the big box store spice. You can make your own spice. You can make your own sauce, or you can
now other than the channel bumps, they have to make their own.
To be creating rubs and spices and glazes.
Yeah.
Aside, but the original now 63 channels that are either doing a bonus video or they're doing in the primary setup, those ones can use anybody else's store-bought whatever, like Dale was saying. So go ahead.
I want to see someone dig a hole and cook a pig in the ground.
I wanted to do like a New Zealand hungy, and I can't. I really don't want to, because I don't have the room for it as much as I would love to. But it would require removing paving slabs and such, like, to dig the hole. Right. And I'm pretty sure I might get in a little bit of trouble for that.
I was watching one time a video, and they were cooking a goat in a clay pot underground with coals.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never thought of a goat.
Tony?
Food.
Sorry. It's my scanner going off in the background, and I can't get away fast enough to turn it down. So sorry.
It's okay.
I'll mute it when it goes off again.
But they started pulling this thing out of that clay pot, and I'm like, oh, I would eat that. That looks good.
Yeah. See, it's the thing. I think a lot of people forget that there are multiple cultures across the world that use a lot of outdoor cooking techniques. And, you know, do a little bit of research, watch a few videos, you know. Some of the stuff they do in places like Iran, Azerbaijan, China, everywhere. Just look, because some of this stuff is absolutely amazing, and you just sit there and go, yeah, I want to do that. Well, and they've been doing it for millennia, so you know.
Exactly.
So
there's something. We cook pizza on our barbecue. Don't stay limited to just I've got to do meat. You can do you know, when Larry and I got married, we actually did a pig in a pit. That was our food. That was our food for our reception.
Nice.
And that's so good. It is very doable. Very, very doable.
So I know, like with my Blackstone, I've done homemade pizza, I've done quesadillas, I've done full-on breakfasts, I've done pork fried rice, I've done tenderloins, I mean, you name it, you can do that on what I got. Then that's what are you doing, Dale?
What is that?
All of a sudden, something caught my eye as I'm sitting here. This little tree frog just come hopping across my floor.
Oh my god!
Wow!
Is he a pet, or is he supposed to?
He is now.
He's not. He come in. I'd say when we had the door open to let the dog in or out.
Oh my god!
We don't. Have
one of the things I wanted to tell you guys too, before we get too far gone into what we're doing here, because we're getting close to the end. So like I said in the beginning, we have 60 primary channels that started out with the collaboration. We have 4 channels that are doing bonus videos. Chris's is not in there yet because I'm trying to figure out the date for her, but she's my she's my first one, but she's not listed in here. Needless to say, anyways, those 3 channels, excluding Chris, the reason why they're bonus channels is they're doing the barbecue collaboration and they're doing the channel bump up collaboration at the same video. So they're making a barbecue or grill and they're using a homemade rub, glaze, sauce, or spice. That's why they're in the bonus bracket. Okay. So I didn't know if anybody knew that or caught on to that, but that is what their intention is to do. So this, I'm here to tell you guys, this is just, I mean, mentally, it's overwhelming to me to think of the number of videos we're going to have in the month of September evolved around this 1 or 2 theoretic topics. I mean, it's mind boggling to me. And I think it's wonderful.
It's awesome because the amount of
I think
difference
it's
in
amazing.
different channels, it's one of those subjects that's unlimited. It is unlimited. The only thing that limits you is your imagination.
Yes.
With this one.
Exactly. And it is so uniting as a, no matter what, where you are at in this world. You know, I've said it again and again, food is the uniting thing. You know, it doesn't matter where you are. We can all touch common ground when it comes to sitting down to eat. You know?
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
So the other,
I'm
sorry. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not going to be one that's going to sit here and say that I cook, say, a Muslim dish in my house. I'm not Muslim, you know, but could I sit down and eat a dinner with one and, you know, we can share our thoughts over a dinner? You bet I could, you know, because I can find common ground when you sit at a table and eat with someone, you know, or
one of the best.
The thing to remember
videos,
with that, sorry.
No, one of the best videos I ever seen on a food channel was this guy. He went to, I want to say it was Afghanistan. I'm not positive. Not his interpreter couldn't help him very much because it was a nomadic tribe that he'd ran into. He could not, nor could his translator speak the language that they did. He sat with a group of 8 men and sat and had a meal and enjoyed himself. He said probably the best he has ever done because they talked the language of food. Once they got into the food, they shared it with each other. They tried to explain what it was. And I thought, you know what? That's where we all need to be, is right there. That's where we all need to be.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
think
Sorry.
The one thing that people need to remember as well, it's not about what people's religions are either. At the end of the day, it is food.
Bingo.
It's not about it's this religion or that religion or this country or that country. At the end of the day, it's food. And it doesn't matter who made it or why they made it or whatever. At the end of the day, it is just food, and it's there to feed people and to bring people together and to, you know, create memories and, you know, just because it's food.
I mean,
I'm gonna say something, and this might go out of bounds, so I apologize to anybody that it does. But it's a valid point that was made to me today by a very special person, and I won't mention who that is. But the comment was something to the like of, if you came here looking for the perfect world's pantry, you came to the wrong place. But I will show you food porn all day long. The point is that my point is it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be absolutely the way it's supposed to be done, because there is no absolute certain way it has to be done. It is, I will take you and I will show you how stocked up, and I can show you how to stock up, and we can do this and we can do that. But it may not be the perfect way to do it. So it's important for me that all these channels involved and everybody watching and everybody involved and all the viewers and subscribers and all that, hopefully get that point that we have taken this collaboration and united a lot of people together. That's what we've done. So
Brenda's got a question here. It says, so can we use the same video in 2 different collabs? I'll address that one, because you could, but however, you're going to have a release date of your video for this particular collab. They're probably not going to be the same release date, so it's going to be real difficult to bring out something new if you don't have the same dates. Unless the stars align and you have the exact same dates, it wouldn't work to have the same video for 2 different collabs. And here's the deal. We eat every day.
Yeah.
And Brenda, I've seen your videos. I know you know how to cook, my friend. So I want to see, just from a standpoint of where I'm at, I want to see something amazing and new from you. But I think it would be really, really difficult in the sense of doing the same collab for 2, same video for 2 different collabs. I just don't think it would work. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward.
I love that. I also love the comment right below hers from Auslander.
Yes.
It's nice to change from how I make compost videos.
Right.
Again, if you're not in and you've not received an email from me and you want to be part of the Bump Up group, please email me. Say, yes, I'm interested. I'll send you an email with what we're looking for. You then reply again saying, yes, I'm in. And then it's on from there. Okay. Or if you know of a channel you think would fit their criteria, 200 or less. Anybody that's in this room right now that's not a part of the main part of the collaboration, just because I can see who's in here. If you guys want to be in that Bump Up, I don't have a problem with that because I'm trying to fill those spots up. I have, like I said, emails out I'm not getting responses to, and I really don't. And Dale and Mitchell and I talked about this. We don't want it to linger too long, so people have plenty of time to do everything they have to for it, so they can get it pre-recorded, set up, and scheduled to go out on whatever date they get.
And that is such the beauty of that. Today, Lisa goes, well, your video already has like 4 comments on it. And I said, what video? She said, the one that just dropped at 3:00. I said, I forgot I scheduled it.
Right.
Yep.
We're far enough ahead, guys. You can go ahead and make it, schedule it. You can forget it's even coming out because now, if you're in that first 60, you have that date, You can go ahead and schedule it.
Absolutely. And Dale, I want to address that because that is something that I do personally with our channel. There are some videos that I load and I put a date on them and I don't set them as a premiere because you don't want to set these as a premiere until you get a little closer. You want to set it up, upload it, put it in the background of your YouTube channel until you have your date and everything all scheduled out. You can video it this week and you still have 2 months before it will even air. And I personally do this. I want you guys to know that. With our household and our family and everything going on, I sit 1 day a week and I edit 3 or 4 different videos. I upload them. I have a big calendar that goes, okay, we've got a mail call Monday. We've got our live. We've got our Tuesday video. We've got our Thursday or Friday, depending on if I'm in a collab or what my date is. And I have a calendar and I write everything down. And then I have a list of all the videos that I want to do. Oh my gosh, we need an update in our garden. We just built a pig pen. We've got this going on with the family. And I have a whole list of things that I want to do a video on, or I have filmed, and I put little check marks. I filmed it. I've done other things. So know that you don't have to wait until the day before, and you shouldn't on something like this. Because what if something happens to your barbecue?
Yep. So I want to.
That's exactly right.
Yep. I want to address these 2 things, two things. Number one, no, Jan, you can't do it because you have 310. You're already in it. So nice try. Brenda, you have 320 subs. I'm telling you right now, you would be great for what we're looking for. If you want to get into it, just say yes, Tony, I'm in, and we'll go from there. Okay. You fit what we're trying to help in that. Okay. So
don't think of that as a hard ceiling number, guys.
No.
I mean, we just put that number out there because that's, we understand.
Yeah.
We've all been
it's
we're still
really hard. Yeah. it's really hard when you're at the bottom. And trust me, in that 35 list I sent out, almost all of them were under 100. Okay, there are channels out there trying to struggle, but I'm also here to tell you one more thing. I found it, and I even told Dale and Mitchell, and I've told Blue and Chris this before. It infuriates me that you want to grow and you want to be bigger and you want to get involved and you want people to get involved with you, but you don't put your emails on your pages. Do you know
Yes.
how many of these I went through and I've had to put out on lives, and I've sent emails to MT Homestead, and I've asked Dale and I've asked everybody else. I can't find their email. I can't help you if you don't have an email or a contact. So
That just I don't get it. I don't get why people don't have an email on their about page. I don't get it.
Yeah.
you're good. Thank
No,
you.
Jen, you are responsible for one video if you're part of the 60. One
Yes.
video.
Yes.
Unless you're Chris, and then you're doing 2
Just
because I volunteered.
Or you, unless you're Tony, Dale, or Mitchell, you could be doing 4, 5, and 6. So
Right? No, you guys, please just take a deep breath with this. This is a no stress. I promise this is a no stress because you're doing exactly what you already do. You're editing a video of you cooking something amazing in your household. And you know what? If you give it enough time, and let's say your first video, you're like, I failed and my chicken tastes horrible. You have time to do another one, and that's okay. And you know what's even more fun?
But I want to see the fail. I want to see the fail.
I want to see the fail. Absolutely.
Exactly. You guys, so
it's like, all a learning thing. It's not a fail at the end of the day. It's a learning experience. You know how not to do it the next time.
Exactly.
Brenda, I was with Brenda there from Redbird Farm. She said she was told not to put her email on the page because of spam.
Put your email on.
I can tell you this. Mine is on my page, and maybe I just have triggered it, but I don't get spam.
I don't get spam either.
No, mine's been there since the beginning, and I've been doing this for 3 years.
Because YouTube actually protects it. You have to go through the author.
Yeah.
So that
caption.
Yeah, so the robots can't send you spam.
Yeah.
So
the other thing is, if you don't have an email on there, sponsors can't come to you.
Bingo.
If I hadn't had my email on there, I would not have got the opportunity to do the TV show that I've just done.
Absolutely.
Okay, so people will come to you that you don't expect.
And in
fact,
it's
not all about the spam.
In fact, I put mine. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, off of mine, I've had 3 sponsor request emails this week. And
excuse me.
Yeah. I'm like all excited. But just know that. And know, I want to talk to the channels that are smaller. I was there 3 years ago this week. We had 300.
Yeah.
Okay. We're at 10,075 right now. That's what's on my screen. So please know that it does grow. Just keep doing what you're doing. And that's why it's important. But yeah, put your email on there. I actually got a post office box for mine, so my house address wasn't on there. Yeah. But I do have an address, and my phone number is not. That's a little different. I just send it in emails when I want someone to have it. But put your email address on there and put a post office box if you've got one. Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Yeah, we went and got a post office box for nothing other than that reason.
I mean, I would get one, but it's stupid money at the moment, and it's just out of reach of affordability right now. Otherwise, I would have a PO box, because over here they're nearly £400 for the year.
Oh.
So it's not something I'm willing to do. But if someone did want to send me something, get in touch.
Exactly.
Send me my email, and I will happily check you out. Get MI5 to check you out, and then I'll send you my address.
You guys, please, just keep going with things. Just don't be afraid to put yourself out there, especially with these videos and whatnot. This is This is easy stuff. You already are going to eat. All
Yeah.
you're going to do then is eat, and video it while you're cooking it. What?
The post office box is that US was like $424.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly.
Here where I live, it's not the expense. It's that I live in a mail delivery system. And so I'm not allowed to get a post office box unless I want to drive 25 miles to the nearest town. And then it's an astronomical amount because I don't live in that town.
Mm.
Oh, that's silly.
That's
rude,
crazy.
man.
That's way silly.
I think it's dumb, but it is what it is.
It's not a done thing over here, and unless you have a business, like a company business. So that's why it is the cost that it is, because it's done by private people at the end of the day who've just hired out a space and put post boxes in it. So, it's rarely done by the post office.
So it's like a UPS store here. How you put their post box. Gotcha.
So I am adding Brenda to the list. She's agreed to do it, so that's good.
Cool.
And you guys
has anybody seen anybody else? I haven't seen anybody else. Sorry.
Homestead, where you are, said I want in too.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Janet. Yes.
Woohoo!
Yay! And Janet's over 500 now. Yay! She was struggling for a little while, but now, awesome.
I'm just double checking so I make sure. Okay, I'll add him. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. No, but I just want everybody just keep being consistent with your videos. Just keep at it. And like I said, if at first you don't succeed, keep going. Try again. Right. So if you mess up a recipe, it's okay. You don't know how many recipes I've messed up. I'll tell you a recipe mess up story. So I thought I was being smart, and I shredded carrots and I put it in my meatloaf because I couldn't get my kids to eat it. And my meatloaf came out of the oven and it was orange. And I sliced it up and I was all proud of myself. And the kids all looked at me and the dog wouldn't eat it. It was awful. It was awful.
I actually have a playlist called How Not to Make. At the moment, there's only one thing on there, and that was when I screwed up some sourdough bread really badly. So I've actually made a video of that. I left it there, and anything that I completely mess up is going in that playlist, because honestly, people need to know it's not all perfect. You know?
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So Chris.
So hold on. Homestead, where you are, I got your email, so thank you. Go ahead.
Chris, you have this wonderful thing called a freeze dryer.
I do.
Freeze dry all those vegetables, dehydrate them, grind them in an extremely fine powder, and then put that in with your meatloaf.
This was when the kids were little and they didn't like vegetables. And then I was one of those moms that they only ate vegetables for a long time because I wasn't going to spend money on meat if they weren't going to eat their vegetables. So they all learned very quickly that vegetables were very tasty. And to this day now, I have salad kids. So I'm good with that. But yes, freeze dry, blend. I put that in morning shakes if I need an extra boost. I actually use spoonfuls of spinach powder and stuff. So yes.
There's one vegetable in our house that our kids never had to eat. And to this day, they still don't have to eat around me at all. And that's peas.
Why? What do you do with peas?
What's wrong with peas?
What's wrong with peas, Dale?
Nana and I, either one, do not like peas.
Really?
Cooked peas. Mm-mm.
Oh, see, I'm a
so our kids never had to try them.
My son was like that, my eldest, and he still is like, he can't eat frozen peas or corn. He won't touch it. But if he gets it off the plant, he can actually tolerate it and eat it.
If it's still in the pod, we'll eat it.
Yeah.
But I'm not eating.
See, I'll eat frozen peas, but not canned peas.
Yeah, see, he won't touch any of those, my son. He will actually physically gag.
Wait a second. If I got to sit here and I got to listen to a grown man cry over peas, does this same grown man eat okra?
Oh.
Okay, so you know what? I don't even want to talk to you no more.
Fried.
Fried okra. The only way to eat okra. Is there another way?
No, there's one other way.
No.
Gumbo.
Oh yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
About that, but yeah. No, yeah, I'm fried okra. That's all I ate when I was pregnant with Shelby. We actually named her. Her nickname was Fried Okra as a baby because that's all I could eat. Fried, and she loves it.
Fried okra with ranch dressing.
I used to prep loads of it when I was a chef, and it kind of put me off even trying it because of the snot. But I've decided that next year I'm actually going to grow some so I can try it for myself, because trying to buy it over here is like impossible. But I'm actually going to try it so I can say I've actually tried it. Whether I eat it past that point, I don't know, but it's an experiment that I'm willing to try, because then I can say, yes, I've tried it. No, I'm not going to do that again. Or, yes, actually, I really enjoyed it.
If you guys get a chance, go visit Annie's kitchen in Urban Homestead. Annette down there in Australia, she just threw out her video with her greenhouse of the plants coming up in it, because she's opposite of us, so she's winter time, so she's got everything growing. So go check out her latest video, unless she's dropped another one since, but this was yesterday. But it's it's in her greenhouse, and all of her little babies coming up.
Nice.
So go check it out, you guys. Like I said, I watch all you guys, every one of y'all.
I wanted to say good morning to Annie's kitchen. Hello, Annette. Thank you for joining us. So do you think that there's anything we missed? I mean, I really have been trying to sit here while you guys have been chatting, thinking. I can't think of this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. Again, just trying to get the channel bump taken care of is kind of where we're at in sponsorship. So I think we're working in the right direction. I think everything's going well. Any recommendations or ideas of things that maybe we haven't thought about you guys can think about?
Just everyone needs to go join that Facebook page that I just posted.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Yep.
Yep.
So the good thing, so everybody knows. Oh, go ahead, Blue. Sorry.
If people are still worried about what they're going to do, I still don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't got a clue. I really, really don't. It depends on what we can find. It depends on what I can put together for outside. If I can put something together for outside, I don't know if I can yet. I don't know. So, it might be totally something completely not that, but more source related kind of thing. So don't worry about it if you don't know what you're going to do right now. Figure it out.
I actually, another idea that I've been pushing around and flirting with is I have like this very inexpensive small gas grill that you can buy at the big box store with the little gas container.
Yep.
We used to cook on it at the stock shows, right next to the pen with our animals in it. Think about that. It's awesome when you cook bacon at a pig show in front of the pig pen. Yep. It's awesome. But anyway, but I can make a super mean, like really good people come out of the woodwork for a boneless, skinless chicken thigh on that thing. And I'm like, that could be interesting to video, So ideas like that, a lot of people are trying to make it really big. It could be some little inexpensive little grill that you are trying, like Blue talked about, you can still make good food on some of that stuff. But
well, and Jen just threw out, my folks made hobo stew in a new garbage can once. Hobo stew is awesome. The version that we did was aluminum foil, and you threw a hamburger patty in, and then you threw in some vegetables, and you twisted it up, and you threw it in the fireplace, the fire pit, and grilled that up, and then you opened it up, and it's just this gooey yum. So you can do that. That's outdoor cooking to its finest when you're, struggling new family.
It's funny
for us.
It's funny they brought that up because we just had that for dinner 5 nights ago. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love doing that. I've got a fire pit outside, and we roast our s'mores in my front yard and throw those on there and cook it that way, and still do that to this day. And I remember introducing that to my kids when we went tent camping once, because that's what I could come up with when we had all sorts of kids and foster kids and adopted kids, and I had all 8 of them at one point at one time. And that was just a blast.
I think Jen's trying to stir a pot down there.
Yeah,
She is.
That's why we're ignoring it.
Yep. Homestead, where you are, no, you didn't miss anything. If you have to go to the little girls' room, then do so. You can always catch us back when you come back. And I'm here to tell you that Annette over at Annie's Kitchen, I agree with her. You guys are going to be shocked by what she makes. Most of you will be shocked. Let me put it that way.
I probably won't be. But
you probably won't be, but most people will. Anyways, another thing, that was something I was going to bring up. So internationally, I can tell you that we have 6 channels that are not located in the United States joining us for this collaboration. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I do want to put a shout out to Bloo, because she helped me with that, because I was trying to reach out and try to involve some of our international folk, and along with her and Daz and Annette joining on, we have 6 that are international to my knowledge. There may be others that I just don't know about, but to my knowledge. And I think that's wonderful, because for me, especially with this live, the time I do it, it's all about joining across the pond. And I think, I really hope the internationals on the other side of us see that we're trying to do the best we can. So, good. I can't think of anything else. I mean, I think we've touched on almost everything I can think about. Again, Chris has been dropping the Facebook page or Facebook group. The rules are over there. The list of the collaborators is over there. Under the featured tab, just look right there. You'll find all of these. There is a calendar of when the videos are coming out and which channel it is. Updating of sponsorship, updating of how many channels and combined subscriberships we have. All the information's there. Any updates, welcomes. I can't think of any other way to put it, but if you want info, that's the best place to go. Email me, Dale, or Mitchell. We'll gladly answer any questions. Collaborators, if you have questions, not sure what you want to do, help with it from that way, a recipe, or you're not sure how to do something, please don't hesitate, okay? As well as any of the moderators and administrators over on the Facebook page, they theoretically should be able to help you too. If not, they can get you in touch with somebody that can. So please utilize them as well.
You got to watch that one admin. She's crazy. Crazy.
Are we talking about
prove that, you know?
Do what?
Said I got the paperwork to prove that, you know.
I was actually referring to Nana 9 Acres.
I knew who you was referring to. And again, just so you know who they are, we'll be adding one more moderator to that. But the hosts, as well as their spouses, are admins. Then we have Blue. We have my sister Tanya. We have Chris. Are you a moderator over there?
I am a mod. Yes.
Okay, I thought you were.
Yes. I just had to put something to make sure, but yes.
And then I want to get one more, and I'm going to talk to Mitchell. I think Mitchell about that one, or Dale actually. I want to make sure we have enough. Sorry.
Do you mean log roll?
Cart flop.
Cart flop is the word I like. Yes. If you haven't seen Cart Flop,
pretty though, you guys look so pretty.
If you haven't seen Cart Flop, I do have a picture of him in his makeup over on my community tab. You should go take a look at it.
Seen it.
Okay.
Oh, I get it now. I'm awake.
Blue's back there going, cart flop, log roll. What are you guys talking about?
And as soon as you said picture on your community tab, I'm like, oh, right. Okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay. Okay. I'm just reading through questions real quick to make sure I didn't, or comments, make sure I didn't miss anything.
I got text messages last night when I was out of pocket and didn't have good enough service to watch it live or comment on it live. And Lisa's like, you're missing it. Mitchell just had an epic fail doing his cartwheel.
Oh, he didn't practice. I even asked him if he practiced. He did not practice.
I did love Devil Dog's comment. The dog done a better cartwheel than he did.
Well, and the dog was getting so bored with him, he peed right there in front of us. It was amazing.
Yes, I did notice Chris make the comment, don't cartwheel in the pee or fall down in it.
Yeah, don't stick your hand in that. That's a and the dog was just wagging away. Thought that was the greatest. His dad was there.
It was the well, don't fall in the well.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it done for the night. Thank you again for all of you being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody coming by. Remember to go to the Facebook group page. We appreciate that. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.